Hi y'all, welcome to another Let's Color Sunday. My name is Liz and I'm going to be working in Fairy Celebrations by Klara Markova. This is a very old work in progress. It's probably going on 3 years now and it's Halloween themed, so I thought maybe it would be fun to make another start on this, but I don't know because it is a double page spread. So I think maybe that might be some of my reasons behind not finishing this one. But I really loved how it was going and I really like how it's looking. And so anyway, I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to sit down and work on this one. I'm using the Klara Pablos for this page. I do remember using these on this picture, so luckily I remembered what I was using. But anyway, let's get to coloring. Okay, again I'm using the Klara Pablos, and I figure I've made a start on the mouse, so I want to keep kind of working on that and see if I can at least get all the characters done on this side of the page. But I'm just going to start with mouse gray. I'm not going for a very realistic color. And hopefully it doesn't look like the bat, so much like the bat, but I'm not going for a really realistic fur, I guess is what I was saying before I got distracted. I'm just trying to make it look kind of furry, fuzzy. And hopefully the tripod is working. I just got a new one and it's already kind of started being weird, so I was having a little bit of trouble setting it up. If it's slightly crooked, I apologize. I couldn't really get it to set up right. But I was intending to do one of these every weekend, every Sunday, but I just wasn't feeling too well last weekend, so I didn't end up sitting down to film or doing much of anything. So I'm happy I'm doing one this weekend. I had a lot of fun doing the first one. I think I might actually have a finished pages video for this this month. It'll actually be probably what I've worked on since my last finished coloring page video, or yeah, coloring pages video, but I don't remember when that was. It was several months ago though, so it's been a good minute since I've had filmed that video, but I'm excited to do one. It's not going to have a whole lot on it, but there's at least some things to share with y'all, so I'm happy with that. I'm still working on the, I almost said Klara Markova, but it's in the 50 Autumn Miniatures by Kamila Angelkova. And I've been having a lot of fun working on that, but even though it's a pretty simple page, I'm still managing to spend a long time on it, which is usually what I do. But I'm getting closer to getting it done. I really love how this mouse has a tattoo of like candy on its arm. That's a really cute touch. I don't know. I was thinking the other day, I wonder what my favorite Klara Markova book is. And I don't know. This one is probably up there as one of my favorites, the Fairy Celebrations one. I really enjoy coloring in it. And I have a lot of works in progress, which is normal for me. But I don't know if I have a finished page in here. I'm always getting distracted by doing that, so I always have to look. Yeah, I don't think I do. I have a lot of whips. That one's been a work in progress for a good long while. Thought I'd seen some color, but well, anyway. I always have a lot of whips. But I'm glad to be working back in this book. But it's not been a very busy week. I took off some extra time from work and I hope to get some coloring done. But I ended up not coloring. I don't think I colored anything at all those few days I was off. I always get busy doing something else, it seems like, these days. And then I'm disappointed because I didn't color enough. It's really just a vicious cycle sometimes. I'm surprised that the Pablos work so well on this paper. I don't know if this book has different paper than the rest of the books, but I found that it works good. I mean, I feel like I used it for the stuff, all of the candy wrappers and the muffin or cupcake, I guess. And I feel like it turned out really vibrant. Like I was surprised. Pleasantly surprised how they worked. But I hope to get a double page spread done at some point. I honestly don't think I have one done, like a real double page spread. There might be a book or a page in a Fabiana Antanasio book. I think The Wizard of Oz. But I only really did 2 like big pictures on each side, so I don't really count it as a finished double page spread. And I'm just kind of hopping around, working on this page tonight. I feel like today was the first time it's rained in a long time. where I live, and it was a little bit cooler. I feel like it was really starting to feel kind of like a autumn time or fall time. And I noticed a lot more of the leaves were changing. And this is cocoa, I think. But it was just a real nice day today. I work outside, so I really enjoy it when the weather's nice. It makes the day go by fast, you know, and real pleasant. I've been trying to be better about not like covering up what I'm coloring as I'm doing it. But it's so hard to keep that in mind sometimes as I'm working. I'm just going to go in with a real light gray. This is silver gray. Just start blending out the areas that I've already went over. Actually, I think I might pause on that and do a little bit more build up with the like cast of the firelight, you know, onto the face here. Nothing too fancy, just a little bit of a added dimension, I guess. With some yellows and maybe a light orange. I don't know if, you know, it technically is probably where the light would hit, but just enough to kind of show up. I think that looks good. Maybe I'll do a tiny bit on the belly. And then now I'm going to go in with the light gray and work on it. I have to touch up his eye, I got a little gray on it. But I could just do that with the black color. But I'm really excited about having another video out for y'all. I know I have been not posting very much lately, but I'm trying to do better. And, you know, sometimes it's easier just to get on here and do a little bit of coloring, just kind of take some time to sit down away from distractions and try and get a little bit done. It sometimes helps me really get some pages worked on. And this one, you know, going on, I want to say maybe 3 years, but that also seems like a long time. So I don't really know. I could look it up, but I forgot to before I sat down to see how long ago I started this. I think I might have forgotten about this page also. When I was filming my coloring plans video, I didn't even think about it then. Whew. But yeah, it's a Saturday night, I guess. Yeah, my days are thrown off from taking some time off work. But really a lot of the inspiration for sitting down and, you know, having a set day to just work on something is it's Elm Colors. I love her channel so much, and I'm always looking forward to watching her weekend whip videos. And I don't know if I'll get to do a Let's Color Sunday every Sunday or not. And I don't know if it'll always be a work in progress, but I don't know, I just thought it was a good idea to give myself like a specific day to do some coloring on camera for you guys. But I do find a lot of inspiration from watching, because even though I'm not posting very much, I still watch a lot of other people's channels. It's really the reason why I got into this hobby. And so this isn't an original idea, I guess is what I'm saying. There are lots of other really great coloring channels out there who have been doing a lot of really great videos that really offer a lot of inspiration just in general, that inspire me to color. You know, even when I feel like, kind of like I don't want to, I'll watch some of their videos and then I'll be like really excited about, you know, working on something specific. So, I don't know, I just think it's fun. And I like watching videos like this, and then also I like, oh, I did remember who it was, but I can't remember who it was who started the like coloring update video. But I've been liking watching those as well. I think it's a really fun idea to kind of check in and show, you know, the process of working on several things. I don't know if my little mouse is turning out the way I want it to, but it's working. It's just a little gray mouse, so. Okay, so I'm gonna try and just go over it once more with this light gray, and then I'll probably move on to something else. So I need to use my scratch paper. I know that color looks a lot different than I thought it would. It's been a minute since I've worked with the Caran d'Ache pencils, so I might be a little bit having to learn which colors I want to use. That's why I always try to have a scrap piece of paper. I don't keep like a swatch book really. I tried that one time, but I never went back to it. So it was a lot of work for something I didn't really use personally. But so I always keep a scratch paper to really give me an idea of how the colors work together. Okay, so I'd say the mouse is looking good. He does have a little bit of a belly showing, and I might just go in with like a light yellow. Like cream color, and just kind of go over that. And I might touch it up a little bit later, but at the moment I don't really know what I want to do with the little mouse belly, so just gonna leave it at that for now. So I think, yeah, I got the tail done good. It's got like a, I guess it's I don't really know, I guess it's like making some music with the bells. I'm just trying to figure out what it's doing with the mushrooms. Anyway, what to work on next? Let's see. Down here, for some reason, at the time when I first started this, I had gotten some kind of like water markers, like water-based markers of some sort. They've since then dried out, and so I can't really use those, but I had experimented with doing the like mossy ground, and it did bleed through, so, but luckily it's just, you know, it's still a cute page, but it's not like a full page on the back. I guess probably start on doing, I guess we'll work on that tambourine there that the bat has. Trying to think. I would tell you all this color, but a lot of these have started to wear away. So unfortunately, I do not know. But it's kind of like a beigey gray color. And then might go in with this cream color. It's probably not going to be the most exciting tambourine, but I'm just kind of trying my best. I guess these guys are over there eating around the bonfire, and these guys are over here maybe dancing. I'm not sure. I assume that these are related. I could be wrong though, but it looks like a double page spread to me. I'm second guessing myself, but I'm gonna make it a double page spread because these trees are very similar, but I don't know, they could be two different pages. But then again, like if it was just a single page, it probably wouldn't have anything over there like it does in the rest of the book. So I think it's safe to say it's a double page spread. I'm even trying to talk myself out of it being a double page spread, because I know that this will probably be next year before I get it done. I might still work on it even if it isn't Halloween, because it'll be, you know, November, I think, is pretty reasonable to work on a Halloween themed page then too. It looks like I already kind of colored part of this part like an orange color. So I might just go in with red or this vermilion color and go over that. I really liked how the witch turned out. I don't know if she is a witch, but she's dressed up like one. And probably make this color too. Why not? Okay. I guess probably I might just go in with, I rarely just use like the gold pencil for anything, but I was thinking I'd try it for these. I think it actually kind of works. I rarely reach for the gold pencil, but sometimes it's nice just to add a little touch of metallic without having, for something so small as well, without having to pull out, you know, several pencils to get the gold color. So, and I think it looks really good still. And it's real quick too, which is a plus. Okay, so I did that. Maybe we'll work on some of the candy in the tree. At first I thought that maybe that candy was just flying up in the air, but I think that it's attached to the tree. I'm not sure. I'm going to start in with some orange color. This is a flame red. Make sure you can see it. And I'm just going to start working on these little candies here. And try to alternate in between so they're not all the same color. And it does look like there's little dots on the wrappers, but I might go in with something else, like a gel pen or something, to go like over that, because it's really tiny. Okay, so I'm gonna get a light orange out. It's golden yellow. I have noticed that, I know I'm still really slow, but that I have been trying to be faster, less worried with how it turns out, I guess, if that makes sense. And this isn't always the case, because there's some pages that I really want to take my time on, but I have noticed that I'm taking a little less time with doing some things. I'm sure y'all probably would disagree, but I'm trying to be a little faster. Not that it's a race, but to not take myself as seriously, I guess. Wonder what I could use for the spots on this candy wrapper. I could try purple. Well, I may wait to do that actually, because if I go in with the gel pen now, I will smear it. It's just inevitable. So I need to wait. I actually did a page recently, and I probably could fix it, but I ended up just kind of leaving it and trying my best to cover it up. But I did like smear the gel pen pretty good on that page, which was really frustrating. I go in with purple. There's a lot of purple already on this page, so I'm gonna do some of the candy wrappers with purple. And I'll probably end up doing a pencil background. Looks like I laid down a very light layer of some kind of blue. I don't remember what color blue I used, but it's kind of a small area, so I think that'd probably be for the best, because it's a pretty busy page. Go in with a slightly lighter purple color. But I don't think that's purple. Let's try again. I'll try this purple. That looks a little better. That's probably all I will do with the candies. Maybe I'll throw in one more variation of color. There's a green that I love in the Caran d'Ache Pablos. It's the light green. I think it's my favorite green. And also I like that there's like a lime green. I don't know, I just really like these light green colors. You don't see them very often like that, because I don't feel like they're like super bright. Kind of got like a muted tone to them. Let's find another candy somewhere. Work on this one over here, maybe. So yeah, I'm taking, let me make sure again which one I thought was, yeah. The light green and then the lime green. I guess it would have been fun to make these wrappers look like really foily, I guess, you know, like really shiny, but I just want to go the simpler route. But yeah, I think those will probably be the only colors I'll use for the wrappers in the tree. And then, probably work on see what colors I want to get for the leaves. I think I'm just using like a brown. And kind of a dark maroon red, maybe. And then maybe go in with a gold color. I don't know, that might look weird, so. I don't know, I always struggle sometimes with what colors to use for the leaves, especially like, you know, the fall leaf colors. So I think I'll try, let's just try it. I'm just gonna do it. So I got a brown, and maybe not go super heavy with the brown. And a little bit of this red color. And then this is hazel. I don't know if I like that. I may not do that. I'm really struggling with what colors to do for the leaves. So, let's see. This is mahogany. Is that more? They all look very similar. The color, I keep grabbing a bunch of really similar colors, and I don't really feel like that looks done. So, finish that apple there. Here we go. This looks more like what I want. It's russet. I'm going to try russet and see how that goes. But they can all be, you know, a good like variation of colors. And then maybe add a little bit of mahogany in there. And then hazel. I think that's a little bit more like what I had in mind. And maybe like a couple of them I'll add like a little bit of a green color. They probably look really boring, those leaves, but that's okay. And what do I want to go in with? Maybe do brown. And then russet. Sorry, I'm really having to kind of figure out how I want it to look. I think they're looking pretty good. They definitely look like fall leaves, you know. Got a lot of different colors already now. I knew I would go a little crazy with choosing the colors for the fall leaves. Kind of like putting that white ochre in there. But I wanted to do something different. I feel like whenever I do fall leaves, I always do like a gold color or a really dark like red color. So I guess this is why I used so many browns and like orangey brown colors, because I don't really tend to go for those very often, but I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's just me being critical. And this light ochre color. Yeah, that's looking okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm overthinking it, I know. I tend to do that sometimes, though. I'm not sure if that's what they are, but I think that's where I was going, because it looks like I colored them in kind of blue already. Maybe I'll see about working on these too. I don't really remember what the top of a blueberry looks like at the moment. Hopefully something like that. A little bit of yellow. Okay, I really want to get the tree going, because that's a big portion that I have left on this page. So I just grabbed some browns out. And so I'm just going to be working on this part for a little while. Sorry, I keep getting the light like exactly where I need to see, and it's getting kind of hard to see what I'm doing. So it's making me a little nervous. But that's what happens when you don't sit down and film for a while. You kind of lose. I mean, not that I think I ever had any skills as far as this goes, but I guess I kind of lost a little bit of my confidence working on stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go in. That was, I think, my darkest brown. It's very textured tree, so I'm going to try my best to keep that texture as I go. I don't want to, still want that to show up. All right. I think having this part done will really, you know, kick me into gear as far as getting this page done. So I think that might be what I focus on with this page until I move on to another part of it. Sorry if I've been jumping around a lot. I want to add a little bit more shadow in the little hole here. So I'm going to go in with a darker color. Maybe add that darker color around too. Okay. I'm just going to go in with this brownish beige color. I think that's what it was called, brownish beige. I think it's looking good for, you know, as far as tree bark goes. Once we got a good section of this done, I'm going to keep going with these colors. But I got to go back to work today, and so the one plus is I got to listen to my audiobook. So I listened to some of Michael J. Sullivan's new book. It's Drumandor, and it just came out, I think, the 21st of this month. And I was super excited because there are a lot of books that deal with that particular series, and so it's real awesome that he keeps adding more books to those characters, because they're some of my favorite characters. And I think it's like deals with like the Rhaenyra revelations, and then there's like a Rhaenyra Chronicles. Anyway, I don't know if anyone's read those, but they're some of my favorites, and I was so excited to have such a beautiful day today and listen to that. It was a lot of fun, even though I was at work. And I mean, I guess it's not weird to tell y'all what I do. I am a rural carrier, so I spend a lot of my time outside, and I work for the post office, so it's real nice. I like it. And I'm always careful to not bend any coloring books. Well, actually, if I'm always careful anyway, but if it's like ever feels like a book or a picture or anything, I'm extra careful. But yeah, I just had a real nice day, and it did rain on me for a minute, and I listened to that new book. I've gotten pretty far into it, and it was making me laugh because it was just so funny, some of the parts. Go back in with a little bit of this browner color. I like the leaves a little bit better now that I've gotten a little more of the tree done. So I think it's going good. I'm happy with it. And I want to work on this a little bit, but I want to work in this, I'll take my time a little bit more and kind of work in smaller sections, because I want to keep like kind of, I don't know if that'd be called like the knots of the tree, but these kind of, I want to keep their shape. So I'm going to take a minute here and kind of work on it. I feel like it's been a minute since I've colored a tree. I had colored a Erie page a couple years ago, and it had two great big trees in it. And ever since then, I kind of haven't really been coloring a tree, I guess, because I don't know, I'm not one for repetitive coloring sometimes, but I feel like I'm getting better with, you know, coloring repetitive things. Because I know it looks really awesome when you get done with it. It's just, I just have to take my time. Just trying to follow her line art and the line she's added here for the texture of the tree as best I can. I've been thinking about doing a hair combo tutorial, how I color like brown hair. Actually, this reminded me of it. And I was thinking about doing that to a Christine Carrion page because her artwork is some of my favorite to color the hair. It just offers so much helpful, guides to where to lay the strands down and the highlight and the shadow. So I was thinking about doing that. And I really think that's all I got going on besides trying to do these Let's Color videos. I think that's pretty much all I got going on. Is the Klara Markova, the miniature autumn miniature book color along, and then the I'm gonna try to do the hair tutorial. So nothing too exciting really, but I mean, I'm excited about it. I think it'll be fun to work on, and I want to get that Christine Carrion page done. It's I think it's like a male vampire, and it's been one of my favorites for a while, but I've just been trying to take my time. So it'll be nice to get that done, or at least one step further to being done. Go a little bit darker. These pencils really are layering really well on this paper. I guess that's why I've been liking coloring in this book with them. It takes me a little while, especially if I'm going back to a page that I haven't worked on for over a year, really, maybe more. It takes me a minute to get kind of comfortable with working on it again, if that makes sense. But I think it just takes, picking the right thing to work on sometimes, and that's why I've kind of been hopping around until I found, the thing that was really making me feel creative, I guess, on the page. And who would have thought it was a tree all along? I always do wish that I had the patience to do like kind of a more planned out color palette. I try sometimes, but not most of the time. Usually I just kind of go with whatever I feel like picking up and using my tester page. But I do really admire people who do that because their pages always look so well put together. Oh, I'm sorry if I was a little bit out of frame for some of that tree. See, I'm out of practice. I didn't even notice. Kind of see what I'm working on here. Sorry, guys. But yeah, their pages always look so well planned out and put together. It's really cool. But the point I was trying to make was like, this is obviously a nighttime scene, and I always think it would be cool to go with like, similar colors to really make it look like a nighttime scene, but I always end up going like if it's a tree, it's brown. I don't know, that's something I want to work on, is like using darker tones to make it look more shadowy and things like that, but it's something I gotta practice on. I guess like a monochromatic look, you know, is the word I'm looking for. Okay, go in with this brown. Sorry, I talk to myself a little bit when I'm coloring. And I worked on 2 new knitting projects and somehow messed up both of them. I don't know how I did that. If I'm not in the mood to knit, I really shouldn't force it, because I don't know, I'm still very beginner, and I just made some major mistakes, and I can't even tell you how I did it, because it was just like everything was going great one minute, and then the next I was like, wait, this isn't right. So, but oh well, I didn't get too far into it before I realized I had messed up, so no harm done, I guess. I really do think that, you know, it's just part of the learning process, like with anything, and especially starting new hobbies. But I'm good at knitting like slipper socks. I've got that down, I think. It's my favorite thing to do right now, is knitting like socks and slippers. I really wouldn't say they're like really slippers, but they're like a lot like thicker and chunkier than what I think a knitted sock looks like. Alright, I really like how the tree's going. Okay, so to add a little bit more to the page and kind of get my colors planned out, I think I'm going to work on the ground. And it's just kind of like a mossy looking grass, which I appreciate because I'm terrified of doing grass on the best of days. And I'm going to try to not make that stand out so much, because that was from that water-based marker, this part here. So I'm going to have to see what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to start with olive black. Just kind of start here in the corner. It's probably not going to look like that section I already did, but that's okay. Honestly, I don't think I have those. Like I said, I think they dried up, those markers, so I don't even have them to work with. Okay. Trying to decide which color I want to go in with next. I guess I'll go in with just olive. think that's looking pretty good. I might try and find me a lighter green color, especially when I get closer to over here where like the light of the fire is kind of casting onto that part. So, but for now, back here, I'm just going to stick with the darker colors and kind of go from there. Okay, so and I can always go in and touch up like later on. I was really happy with how the wrapper for the cupcake turned out. It's funny, the things all like on a page. I can't tell you why, I just thought that looked nice. It was fun to color. Fun coming up with that combination, I guess. I hate it when I'm working so close to the edge of the paper and I like slip underneath. I don't want to mess up what's behind there. And try to kind of lay it flat down. Just use the edge of my pencil to get in there. I did buy a new book recently. It's The Flights of Fancy, I think, by Camilla. Is it Camilla de Erico? I'm terrible with the names for some reason. But I don't know how long it's been out, but it actually kind of surprised me because I haven't been keeping up with it very much lately, the new books. So I was excited to come across that, and I ordered it, and it came in last week. But I think besides, it's a Spy Family, it's a anime and a manga. But besides that, I think they had a coloring book come out and I got it too. I think those are the only 2 books I've bought in a good while. Besides having, which are not books, but PDFs like from Patreon, from Even and Kunin and Lana Green. I've been liking getting their monthly like coloring pages on Patreon. So probably keep doing that because it makes me happy every month to see what the Patreon pages are. They're just so talented. Oh, see, I keep getting down behind that page. It is hard to color sometimes when you're really close to the edge of the paper. And I've been debating whether or not I should get the newest Marie Trolle coloring book. I love her books, but I don't know what it is about the hardback books, but I sometimes don't find myself coloring in them very much, which I'm trying to do better and color in them more because they're all very awesome books. I just don't know. Like, I don't know if I've ever... Oh, wait, I take that back. I have finished a Hannah Carlzon book, but I think I've only... Not a book. Just a page. I wish I finished a book. I was like, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, I haven't finished very many pages in her books as well. And it kind of just... It bums me out sometimes when I think about that. So... Maybe next month I'll try and color more, or at least put a little bit of her books to the side, like the Marie Trolle book and, you know, maybe like a Klara Markova. But I was thinking that I might just hold off on getting Marie Trolle's new book. I don't remember, is it like Star? It's something to do with the stars, I know. And it's beautiful, and I want it actually pretty bad, but I don't need it. So I'm just kind of holding off on purchasing any more like of her books since I don't color in them very often until I get to coloring in them, I guess. And I did free up some space on my shelves, but I don't want to immediately like fill them back up. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. The grass down here, or the moss. I don't know if it's looking as mossy as I wanted it to, but I don't know, I like it. I might go in with a darker color. I'm not really sure what would work. I guess I could try and see like if this dark green would look weird for like separating. I think it does look weird. Just a little bit too green. I don't know if I could just try to use like a black color just to really darken up the in-between like sections of the moss here, and then go back in with that olive black. That might work, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'll probably finish off with just working on some of these candies up here. And then probably call it a day. I just want to do a few more. Kind of feel like coloring still, so get this worked on. And I hope I keep looking at my camera or my phone and it's looking really wonky on this holder. I don't really know what had happened to it, but it's not wanting to hold it up as good as when I first got it, so it's a bit of a bummer. I'll probably have to get another one. It's just kind of a hard thing to figure out, really, what would work best until you get it. Just kind of a trial and error thing. Go in with that golden yellow. Yeah, I feel like I made progress on this page, but just when I think that, then I remember, oh yeah, there's a whole nother side that needs to be done. But that's okay. Sorry if I complained about that a lot. I just need to get over my double page spread anxiety. I did work a little bit more on the page from last Sunday. I didn't get a whole lot done. But I feel like I'm making progress on it. I love this page so much. It's so cute. And I was a little bit unsure what to do with like the interior wall color, but I decided to go with like a really emeraldy green. It'll probably end up looking more like a Christmas page than a autumn page. So, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure it'll still be cute either way. Kind of always second guessing myself, I guess. Maybe do, because that's so close to her hat, maybe do that one green. So we're gonna go purple with this one. I'd probably go in with something, you know, like I said, to do the candy, like polka dots on the wrapper. Sorry if I'm not being too chatty right now. I'm just kind of getting into the coloring. I know I'm not very good at talking and coloring at the same time. Maybe if I do more of these, I'll actually get better at it. And because I'm impatient, I'm going to try and go in with this jelly roll. And I don't know, it's like a set of these, and I can't remember what the set was that I had purchased. Kind of get it going. I think I'm going to go with this like sparkly color on the green ones here. And I'll be sure to let it dry. And maybe that's where I run into the problem, but I'm not sure if it's like... And I'm sure I just don't let it dry, so that probably is the problem, why it smudges sometimes. I just wanted to see how it looked. It's not really wanting to go over the pencils very good. Maybe I'll try. Well, it's because it's like, I tell you, either they work really well or they don't work very good at all sometimes. So they're kind of a hit and a miss sometimes. Oh, there it starts going a little bit better. So yeah, I'm probably just going to do that with the rest of the candy. Give it just a little something extra, even though it's not a whole lot. Just like a little bit of the like shimmer from the jelly roll. All right, I think this is probably where I'm gonna stop. But I'm really happy with how it's going. I know I kind of hopped around the page a lot, but I think I'm probably going to finish this, hopefully this weekend. I don't want to say that, and, not finish it, but I'm thinking I will because I'm having a lot of fun working on it. If I find the time, and sit down and do it. And I hope that when I go to edit this video, it's not all like crooked or wonky looking. I'll probably still post it even if it is kind of weird because, I don't know, I hate to sit down and color on something and then it not work out. But yeah, I hope it doesn't look too weird because of the tripod issues. But anyway, another page, another Let's Color Sunday. I had a lot of fun working on this one, and I just thank y'all so much for joining and stopping by, and until the next video, bye y'all.